my thoughts on the opening ceremony of the Olympics, and should we as men boycott the Olympics? Now, and I'm really open to your perspective on this as well, bro. So feel free to open up some dialogue in the comments. But I feel like there's a lot of hypocrisy when it comes to Christians. I'm just being real, and it's easy to say, I'm gonna boycott. I'm not gonna watch the Olympics because they mock Jesus, and what they did was blasphemy. And I get it, bro, 110%. Am I frustrated? Hell yeah, I'm frustrated. That pissed me off. And you know what my instant kind of candid thoughts were right when I saw this? My Simon Peter wanted to come out. I wanted to instantly just chop some ears off when I saw that on TV. My instant reaction was, fuck you guys. Go yourselves, you pieces of shit. Just being real, just being transparent. And honestly, bro, I hope a lot of you felt the same way. Obviously, that's not the right reaction. But I'm hoping most of us felt some sort of something. If a burglar came into your house, started messing with your children, started messing with your wife, you think you're just gonna stand there and just turn the other cheek? I don't think you are, bro. I think you're gonna go grab that guy by the effing neck and go lay him out. I think we can agree on that. When people come at me, bro, and start mocking my King, my Christ, my God, bro, my Heavenly Father, ooh, I don't take that lightly, bro. I start almost like shaking. I'm full of anger. I told my buddy Connor the other day in the War Club, I was like, bro, I almost jumped on social media. I had a whole couple paragraphs that I wrote that I was getting ready to post out there, just full of rage and anger, bro. And then right before I was about to post it, I stopped and I was like, let me just zoom out for a second and really think about this. And because you have different perspectives. You have some godly men saying, oh, well, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord, and to turn the other cheek, right? And then you have the other ones that are like, no, it's the Bible talks about how there's a time for peace and a time for war. Right now is war, right? And so there's a lot of different perspectives, and I don't think any of one of them is either wrong or right necessarily. Do I believe that there's times where we need to stand up as believers? Hell yeah. We need to stand up for our King, right? For Jesus. But do I think now's the time for war? I don't know, bro. I think that's a conversation that you need to have personally with Christ on your own time. And you got to be smart sometimes. Sometimes you got to know when to draw your weapons and when to not. But I see so many people right now hopping on social media and saying, I'm not going to watch the Olympics. And hey, that's cool, bro. If you feel like God's calling you not to watch it, then hey, incredible. Adhere to whatever God's telling you to do and what not to do. But sometimes I feel like we can get a little emotional sometimes. We can get definitely hypocritical. Oh, don't watch the Olympics, but then hopping on, these streaming platforms like Netflix that do the same thing all the time right in front of your face. Yet you still pay that monthly bill. You still keep watching your shows. You still keep supporting essentially all these wicked people that run these things. How about the music you listen to, bro? The radio stations you tune into. I mean, if you're gonna sit here and boycott one thing, what about the rest? What about all the other plethora of things? A lot of us are out here pointing the finger. Oh, look what he did. Look what she did. That's blasphemy. That's sinful. Yet you go back and you go about your day. You hop on your favorite prawn site. You're sitting here gossiping about and talking crap about people behind their backs. So it's like, don't get me wrong, bro. I got this righteous anger too about this whole Olympics, but it's a good time to actually zoom out sometimes and reflect on your own life as well. So whatever you decide to do, bro, whether you decide to boycott or continue to watch the Olympics, hey, whatever you decide to do, I think we can all agree at least on one thing. and wants that, we gotta pray for these people, bro. We have to. Pray for your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you. Come on, we know the deal. Am I going to boycott the Olympics? Me personally, no. And I know a lot of you are like, oh, what, Dre? Nah, man, you need to stand up. And I appreciate that. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Maybe you can give me a different perspective on this. I'm open to it. But for me, I'm not just your average viewer that tunes into the Olympics every 4 years. I'm not. And that's most of these people who are saying these things. That's what they do. They just hop on every 4 years to watch people do some crazy stunts. I'm not really like that. I've been following these athletes, these individual athletes. Like I'm actual fans of these guys. I follow them on social media. I'm staying up to date with them constantly over the last. I started really getting into it back in 2008, 2012 Olympics. And so I've been following these guys' journeys this whole time. So for me, it's almost like watching my friends or my buddies, And it's sad because these guys have been training their whole lives, right? They are putting in blood, sweat, and tears to get to this state. And to make them pay for some idiots on top, I don't know. I just have a different perspective on it, These young kids, man, have been working their whole lives, and this is their shot, bro, to perform in front of the whole world. They've been dreaming of this since they were children, right? There's nothing they want more than to perform in front of the world, to perform for our country, right? And so to sit here and say, oh, I'm gonna boycott, I'm not gonna watch, I'm not gonna support any of these athletes because of just a few jackwads on top. I don't know, that's just my perspective on things. I don't really want to have to make the athletes pay for it, and it'd be the same thing as if your buddy was in the Olympics and you saw him training day and night your whole life, when you were hanging out with the bros during the summer, when you were going to the weekend parties.
Hello.
Thanks, babe. While you were doing all these fun, exciting things, imagine seeing your best bro. He was working. He wasn't doing all those things, right? He was putting in the work. And then he finally gets on national TV. Is able to, he gets his shot. He gets his opportunity just for a few little knuckleheads on top to ruin everything he's worked for, right? I'm sure you would still watch him. I'm sure you would still support him. And that's just kind of how I feel with these athletes. I've been following them for this long, And a lot of you are sitting here, well, Dre, but the athletes, they should step down. They should step down. And it's it's easy to say that. It's easy to point the finger and tell these athletes what they should do. But at the end of the day, you don't really know what even you would do in this circumstance, bro. You training your whole life for this moment, and I'm not giving them an excuse or whatever. Do I think they should probably step down from the Olympics because of this? Maybe so, maybe not. I don't know. I haven't thought that deep yet, but all I'm saying is that it's so easy. It's so easy to point the finger and say, well, these athletes, they should step down. Yet, when your jobs told you that you had to get the jab, or else you'd lose your job, a lot of you went for it. A lot of the same people criticizing these athletes were the first in line at the doctor's office to get the jab, right? So, again, just trying to throw out perspectives here. That's it. I'm not saying what's right. I'm not saying that this is right, this is wrong. You shouldn't do this, you should do that. You shouldn't watch this, you should watch that. I'm not saying any of that, bro. All I'm saying is just, hey, let's just take a step back for a second. Should we stand up for what's right? Hell yeah. And you're going to see me on social media. You're going to see me talking about these things. You're going to see me standing up for my Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Of course. But as far as saying, oh, I'm not going to watch the Olympics, I'm not going to support these athletes that I've fallen in love with over these years just because of a few jackwads on top. Yeah, I'm not really sure if I'm going to be doing that. Because if you're going to do that, you might as well do that with every other little thing in your life, bro. Honestly, the cup of coffee, you better not be ordering Starbucks anymore, better not be signed up to Instagram anymore, or, whatever it is, there's evil in everything, bro. And we can't just always just run and hide and try to avoid it. Oh, I can't watch this, can't watch that, it's got to be kind of realistic here. So, hey, but there's one thing that we can do, like I said. We can all mutually agree that, hey, we need to pray for these people. The sad thing is that there's so many Christians these days that they get an emotional high. They would genuinely be happy and excited if these people went straight to hell and paid for everything they've done. And that's just kind of, I don't know, bro. That's, oof. I wouldn't want to see my worst enemy in a place as terrible and horrific as hell. That's just me personally. So I'm going to do my part. Yeah, I'm going to stand up for what's right. Yeah, I'm going to talk about this. I'm going to stand up for my King, King Jesus. But at the same time, I'm also going to do my part as a follower of Christ, and that's pray for these people. You know, doesn't mean I approve of their behavior and the things that they're doing. Definitely not that. You never will see me doing that. But we do gotta pray. So with that said, my broski, comments below. Let me know your thoughts if you're gonna watch the Olympics still or not. And hey, I'm looking forward to it.